I wanna touch you underneath the disco lights. I wanna love you. I wanna wrap you in the night. In the night. In the night. Under disco lights, 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 under disco lights.
The choices that Twitter makes when it chooses to suppress, edit, blacklist, shadow, ban are editorial decisions, pure and simple. They're editorial decisions. In those moments, Twitter ceases to be a neutral public platform and they become an editor with a viewpoint. What they choose to fact check and what they choose to ignore or even promote is nothing more than a political activism group or political activism. And it's inappropriate. Today I'm signing an executive order to protect and uphold the free speech and rights of the American people. Currently, social media giants like Twitter receive an unprecedented liability shield based on the theory that they're a neutral platform. My executive order calls for new regulations under Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act to make it that social media companies that engage in censoring or any political conduct will not be able to keep their liability shield. I would do that in a heartbeat. There's nothing I'd rather do than get rid of my whole Twitter account, but I'm able to get to, I guess, 186 million people when you add up all the different accounts and add Facebook and Instagram. It's a lot of people.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hardcora.
And I'm Conchita. We are the
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Week 11 of QuaranQueened. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are now streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Please feel free to share the link for the show as it really helps us out. Now, joining me tonight is the lovely Conchita. Conchita, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing great, Cora. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Oh, this week I had the craziest thing happen yesterday morning. You know, I had a strange encounter with a pack of wild coyotes.
What?
Yes.
Here? In the city?
I went for
Where
a run
were you?
in the city at my undisclosed running location down by the lakeshore.
Okay.
I was running. It was early in the morning. I was down there early, and I'm sure they were just getting up from a nap or something. But on the little abandoned path that I'm on, I see a coyote crossing and going. And I've seen coyotes in the city before, like at Mount Pleasant Cemetery. There's a couple of coyotes in there. They kind of keep away, you know, from people generally. But down there, I'm not quite sure how they're feeling, those coyotes. But one crossed my path and just kind of trotted, but then went up on this grassy knoll, then turned around and started to stare at me. And I felt like it was licking its lips. like delicious.
Delicious.
A little
Chorizo.
skinny, but yes, a little skinny, but you know, maybe there's some meat there I could tear off the bones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know. So which is strange because normally the coyotes just keep going and say, okay, no, don't, nothing to see here. Just they're going. But they turned around, just watching me. And I was looking at it going, why is it looking at me so crazy? And then I realized why it was looking back. There was a little coyote cub, a little puppy that jumped in the grass. I went, oh, she's watching out for her cubs. That's crazy. And then I'm like, I'm on my run. And then I go, uh-oh. In front of me, in front of the path there is a tree stump and some fallen down trees. And underneath there is a little crawl space. And I see a little something move. I'm going, that's where the mother came from. She had cubs with her. She's keeping an eye out for the cubs. And I'm really worried that this mama bear could get a little grabby, a little punchy. You know, like the women with strollers on the street.
Oh,
we know them.
The worst.
Yes. So, I thought, okay, well, I should stay away from where the cubs are. Mm-hmm. So I kind of went through some stinging nettles, some poison ivy, and what is that, like super burning your flesh?
Oh, that thing where if you touch it, you'll die.
Yes,
burn.
You'll get a full body rash and you'll melt or something. So I was really, really worried about that. So anyway, that's what I did, and I avoided it. And then I kept running. I ran at full speed, but kept looking back. I, of course, took my ear pods out so I could hear whatever. I don't know. It was a little bit frightening. I didn't really enjoy that. It's probably frightening for the mama too.
Well, wildlife. And I think I heard in the beaches there were coyotes and they ate a dog by the boardwalk a couple of weeks back. So
that was this year.
Yeah.
Oh, because I heard like a couple of years ago there was like, they were snatching dogs. Coyotes were snatching dogs out of backyards.
Well, they're
usually
back.
poodles.
Mm-hmm.
They're back. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm just glad
there's too many poodles anyway,
It's true. How was your week, Cora? How was your week?
My week was actually not too bad. I actually finished a Netflix series. I always start things and I never finish them. I was watching Hollywood. Have you watched it, Hollywood?
No, I've been too busy for some reason. I haven't seen that one. Yeah,
well,
how is it? What's it about?
Don't bother. It is completely unbelievable.
Oh, is that about the gas station attendant who used to get
it's supposed to be based on like some real people like Scotty, who ran that gas station in LA in the 60s.
Yes.
And then there's like a Rock Hudson, but he's like really dumb in this. But I mean, it's the weirdest thing. It starts off kind of interesting and over the top, and I'm fine with that. But then it starts to rewrite history, where it's like, this never happened. Like it just, I didn't understand. Like it's like as if, and racism is cured, homophobia is cured. And
how did they play that one out?
Oh, they win awards, and therefore the world accepts them. It's basically what happens. I would recommend passing over. Yeah.
Yes.
So that was my
we've
week.
got some. Well, great. I mean, we've got some comments just to keep it topical here.
Okay.
Grace Meany says coyotes. She's very jealous that I ran into some coyotes. Well, Grace, I can show you where the coyotes live, and we will shudder together and find refuge underneath a tree or something in order to avoid them. And Anita is asking, would Conchita be orange flavor to the coyotes if they took a bite? Yes. Orange color, orange taste. Yes, that happens.
And I see Anita likes Hollywood. What? Anita, come
on. Oh, and she likes my fancy top.
Wow.
Oh, and we both look gorgeous.
After 11 weeks, Conchita changed her top. I think this is the big news of the week.
Yes. Well, I was always wearing my standard B-Girlz uniform. And, but I've got, if you could only see, I've got.
Behind that curtain.
Behind this
green curtain.
It is basically a prop warehouse.
Yeah, no. It's like Malabar's. Malabar's has like downsized and moved into
It's like Malabar's. But I figured I'm not going to be doing another character that's wearing this one, but I love it. I think it's really pretty. It's
Look at
Oh,
that.
you know,
So beautiful. Thanks,
the thing I was thinking is,
AliExpress.
oh, it is one of those Skype things where people don't wear pants. So to be careful.
I know. I'm totally like addressed this much. Oh,
Sunshine is saying, yeah, Sunshine is saying, I love your fancy top. You both look gorgeous. And she's wearing sweatpants, no makeup. Sunshine, I support you.
yeah.
Yes.
For the first time in 11 weeks, I wore pants that weren't track pants. And I think someone broke into my closet, stole my clothes, and replaced them with the exact same clothes in a smaller size.
That's happening to a lot of people. I think
Yeah.
it's something like an alien abduction happening. You know, they're just going in and looking for used clothes and swapping them with other people. I think that's what's going on.
I don't know. They might have.
Correct.
They have the clothes. They might have barbecue too. Cheers, Conchita.
I think they have barbecue.
Yeah.
They said they gave us message they had barbecue. You know, cheers everyone. A lot of people
Cheers.
take this as an opportunity to do a little drinking. So do we.
Yes,
Quite frankly.
yes.
Once
11
a week.
weeks.
Always
11
on a Sunday.
Now, everybody, coming up later on in the show, I have to tell you, I have a fabulous exclusive with Canadian treasure Karen McDonald. You might remember her from Street Cops. And joining us on the QuaranQueened stage is Broadway babe and everybody's favorite unofficial auntie, Gahd from Montreal. We are
And
international now.
Woo! Yes, international. And you
If
know,
you
remember,
consider
we
Quebec
love
international.
audience. Yes. Well, I mean, La Pays du Québec, yeah, right? As they say, right? The country of Quebec. And
Yes.
remember, we love audience participation. So please type your comments and questions in the comment section below, and we'll try our best to respond. We've got a couple sections in the show where we definitely go to. And Jason Sharman, thank you for constantly joining us. Oh,
Yes.
he says it's always time for a cocktail, and don't we know that? And then Anita says, it's called COVID-19 because you will pick up 19 pounds in quarantine. Hashtag the struggle is real. Yes, that's true. COVID-19.
It really
Yes.
is real. Now, Conchita, I'm not sure. I know we had lost Kingswood as a sponsor.
Yes.
How is the Nancy? Is that still a viable thing?
You
for
know,
us?
she tuned into the show last week and she was a little concerned because you kind of said that you were kind of iffy on Nancy. And she heard that. Like,
Well-
she's not dumb. But I managed to smooth it out, and I said, she misunderstood because,
Well,
and she's fine. She's totally fine. So they're back on.
well,
Yes,
that's great.
Pepperoncini Meats is a sponsor again. My good friend, she is an angel. If I could sum her up in one word, it would be classy. And I encourage everyone to get to know Nancy a lot better. And so here's a word from our sponsor, my good friend, Nancy Pepperoncini.
And I have to say, Conchita, her jacket looks great on you.
Who likes sausages?
Nancy.
Who likes weenies?
Pepperoncini.
Who loves sausages?
Nancy.
Who loves weenies?
Pepperoncini.
That's right, me, Nancy Pepperoncini. That's why they call me the Sausage Queen. And Pepperoncini Meats is the place to go for Italian sausages. Whether it's a backyard barbecue or a full-blown sausage fest, we've got sausages that will fill you up and leave a smile on your face. Pepperoncini Meats, 1504 St. Clair Avenue. I'm the Sausage Queen. You may be seated.
Oh.
Good old Nancy.
Oh, the Sausage Queen. You know, that nickname, she will never admit it, but that nickname predates her dad getting the meat store,
The
the meat
store.
shop.
Yeah.
That was her nickname in high school. Yeah, Sausage Queen. Yeah.
It was
You
her
know,
destiny. It was her destiny.
Yes, it was foreshadowing. And you caught me out. Yes, you could tell. I asked Nancy for a loaner, and she loaned me some of her classy bling. I
Yes.
said, Nancy, can you lend me something to look expensive? But I have to say, a viewer who I very much respect, whose name is John, commented that Nancy was prettier than me.
What?
Yes. So, I don't know if you've noticed, but I put a little extra effort into the eye makeup today.
Okay.
So I don't know if anyone notices a little bit. So I try. I tried
Your
today.
eye makeup is looking very young.
Better than Nancy's.
Well, if she's watching, I just can't say.
Well played, Cora. I think that's exactly what Nancy needs to hear.
Yes. Now,
I'm sure they'll be back next week. The wonderful people at Pepperoncini Meats.
I hope they bring some sausages for us as a
You
kind
know,
of a gift.
every summer they have this great barbecue. It's called the Sausage Fest. I don't know if they will be allowed by regulations to have it this year, but it is amazing. They have
Yes.
every type of sausage you can imagine. It is so delicious. I haven't taken you.
No, I know,
But
I know. I have seen
next
photos of
time it's
Nancy
on-
though at the sausage fest with she was
Oh,
double
by the
fisting.
pool.
She was
Yes.
double fisting the sausages.
By the pool.
Yes.
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 She's a big sausage hoe sometimes. She can really sausage guzzle.
I know.
She's a
And her eyes are
guzzler.
never bigger than her stomach. It's remarkable.
No, her jaw can unhinge and she can just keep downing them. Yes.
She's
It's
a real
great.
class act.
Great.
Now-
Oh,
Conchita, I can't imagine there's any controversy happening in the world right now, but I think it's time for Hot Topics.
well, hello. Welcome to Hot Topics with Conchita. And yes, there's nothing controversial happening in the world today. So I guess we're just going to have to talk about, well, racial justice in the USA and Canada. How about that? Okay, so Cora, welcome.
I'll be back.
Even my mother said the United States is on fire.
It
Like
is a dumpster heap right now. It
It
is.
is a dumpster fire, but it's
Ah.
been smoldering for years. What is the surprise about that? What is the surprise? Sorry, we're talking about the rioting that was incited by the complete disregard for Black lives by a police officer and his cohorts
Yes.
is it Minneapolis? Is it Minneapolis, St. Paul?
Minneapolis. Yes. The place with
The
small
home of
the
Mary
small
Tyler
police.
Moore?
Minneapolis. Yes.
Yes, the mini police. Yeah, the mini police. It was crazy, I mean, don't get me started, but Cora, it's been smoldering for years.
Yes.
And there is no racial equality. Martha Stewart stole what? $300,000 from the stock market by insider trading. She was not pushed into the hood of a police car.
No, but
No,
she
no.
was still a white woman, and she got out. I mean, if she was a man, she wouldn't have faced any jail time, right?
Oh, well,
Because
that's
she was a
interesting. Yeah,
woman, she
probably
got a
not.
little jail time, but probably not as much as if a black woman had
But-
done this, right? Or a
But
woman of color.
Oh, 100%. The thing is, but then a black male on the street. I don't know about this case, but if he was caught stealing a can of Coke or a pack of cigarettes or
Well, this is
groceries
the
at
thing.
Walmart,
This
the
is the thing
police
with
would take him down and smack his face against this
Yes.
wonderful man would smack his face against the front of a police car. Like white
Yeah.
people don't get that treatment.
well, no,
Let's call it what it
and
is.
George Floyd, like he was killed, like basically he went to I think it was like a corner store, grocery store, something like this, and gave them money, and they said it was counterfeit, and like that was the whole trigger, like that started the chain of events to ending with the policeman kneeling on his neck for 8 minutes and him dying.
How much
right?
was that bill? How much was that alleged counterfeit bill?
$20. $20.
Right. $20. Martha Stewart, what, a couple 100,000? I don't think it was in the millions. It was a couple 100,000 that she made for, she didn't get a knee on her neck.
No.
It's just, let's just call what it is. And, people have talked about this before, and people have said, let's bring some light on it. Colin Kaepernick, who says, let's kneel during the national anthem, because we want to show that even though we're all covered by the national anthem, that the justice does not cover us all equally. I don't know exactly what he would say his statement is, but that's the way I interpret it, and it's a wonderful statement, and I agree with it. Nonviolent civil disobedience, wonderful. Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi, they are the guarantors of civil liberties everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's not. Nobody wants people of color to express themselves that way. No. You have to just do nothing. Mm-hmm. So they can't even do nonviolent, civil disobedience, or
they
even
weren't
nonviolent.
Even allowed to kneel.
Protest.
These people were not even allowed to kneel,
which is not even illegal. Yeah. I don't know. And Mr. Trump is against it. Yeah. And Mr. Pence and
yeah. And now there's of course rioting happening in the U.S. It's happening in so many places: Seattle, Minneapolis, L.A. You name it. It's kind of everywhere. And I've been seeing some stuff on the internet too, where these horrible white people who are basically going around burning buildings, spray painting like Black Lives Matter on the sides of buildings, and the black people are like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you doing this? Like, they're there clearly because they want to stir the shit, right?
Oh, yes. Okay. I heard a little bit about that. So, hey, white people can go and show solidarity. Yeah, but it's interesting. There's some people say that there's instigators who are trying to undermine the protests and cause a lot of damage and problems in order to undermine the Black Lives Matter movement. Mm-hmm. That's very, very disappointing. That's very, very disappointing.
But this all plays into Trump's master plan of a race war. I think America has been for a while in a race war, and I think this is now the culmination of it. And we're even seeing examples of this in Canada right now, like over the weekend.
That stuff spills over, and I hope we're a lot more separate and we have a much more thoughtful population. But then Donald Trump, I don't know if you saw a tweet that he did. He goes, apparently tonight is MAGA night at the White House because there are protesters there, Black Lives Matter. He goes, apparently it's MAGA night at the White House, ? Like as in, come on, make America great again, people. Come to the White House. I'm sure he heard nothing. He's just raising a question to give people the idea to come and have a riot between the two groups.
Yes.
Oh, he's
horrible. He's horrible. America
he's a ship disturber is what he is.
Girl. Yeah.
He's a danger. He's a danger. And you know what I think the game plan is? It is to incite a race war to keep people's minds off the class war that has to happen at some point in America. We have a less of a severe problem here, the disparity between rich and poor, but it's huge in the United States. If you just look at the number of minimum wage service workers who are out of work in the United States today versus the treatment and the backstop of assets that the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, has done, the stock markets are back to where they were last year, or even to or high, or some stocks have reached a greater high because the Federal Reserve is buying assets. So they have no losses throughout this coronavirus thing, but the poor people have lots of losses. Same thing as during the Great Recession of 2008, 2009. So many people lost their jobs, but people were bailed out by Wall Street, left, right, and center were bailed out by the Federal Reserve. And then the Occupy Wall Street movement happened, which it ended up fizzling out because people say, oh, it's a bunch of people smoking pot. Like it's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
And all these things to suddenly undermine that. What? Don't get me started. Don't get me started. We've got people saying, Bill Echo is saying yes. Grace Meany is saying Martha and Snoop's potluck dinner party. Yes, Yes. Yeah. Oh, Andrew Sanka. Hi, Andrew, in Chicago, international. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I was a little rough on the United States, but you're one of the good ones, and I know so many wonderful Americans.
And they're all, I know wonderful Americans too, and they are just trapped right now. Like they are trapped in this administration.
I even have to say, I can have a conversation and a wonderful time with anyone, even with Donald Trump. I swear I could, because you really, I can try to find common ground and try to probe gently on stuff. I mean, but sometimes I can rant and vent. So Andrew, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So Grace Means is so woke. Great points, ladies. Definitely a bigger plan going on.
Yes.
Well, and that's coming here to Canada. And I think we always need to look in the mirror where every time we criticize others, what are we doing that can be done better? And Cora, you've got an example right here in Canada.
There's a lovely young lady, Regis Korchinski-Paquette, who it's a very strange story. I guess she had epilepsy and she suffered from mental illness due to the oncoming of this, or it was the residual of having an epileptic fit. Her family had called the police to come, basically, I think, to bring her to CAMH or something like this, to get help for her. But sort of in this process, there were all these police that came. They escorted the family out. They had sort of cornered this young lady. And the next thing you know, the lady jumped, was pushed. Something happened. And she plummeted to her death 20 some odd floors below. And of course, there was this weekend in Toronto, there was a march along Bay Street, and there was another protest in Halifax that happened. I think in Toronto there was about 4,000 people at this event. So yeah, I mean the Special Investigations Unit has now been called, and now they're going to do some sort of investigation into this.
You know what I'm really proud about? There's a couple things just right there. One, people protesting non-violently, wonderful. Even if it's non-violently without a permit, as in civil disobedience, wonderful. No problems with that, 100%. Another thing I'm particularly proud of, that group, everyone there seemed to be wearing a mask. Thank you.
Goodness. Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, I'm glad they're not putting themselves at risk. And it also, by wearing a mask, it shows that they
have brains.
Thank you. I don't always wear a mask when I'm out on the street. Because sometimes I'm riding my bike.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm running. Although I do have what's called a buff, which is a single layer of fabric, like a turtleneck that's detached from anything that I pull up
scarf.
An infinity scarf. Well, no, it's called a buff. Some women can wear that as a little halter top. It's a little, I bring it up, and when I'm running in my undisclosed location, if I'm going to pass someone, out of courtesy, I will put it up because runners are very moist and blah blah blah. Anyway, I will do that. I'm really happy, and I'm happy we have a very, very reasoned and wonderful protest here. And yes, we need to bring this up again, and we have to change police behavior towards people of color to really monitor how they're dealing with them, and also people with mental illness and drug issues. I know I ride down Sherbourne Street, when I was commuting to work every day. And now, when I go to my undisclosed location, I will cycle past Sherbourne and Queen. Mm-hmm. There is a safe injection site there. I don't know if they're operating now during COVID. I imagine yes, but there's also a great population of drug-using people there. I'm assuming, I don't want to make assumptions about it, but I know my bike speed slows down because there's a lot of people doing their own thing for whatever reason in their own world, whether they're high or whether they're just in their own world, who wander onto the path.
Yeah.
And I don't want to ruin their day. And I know if I ruin their day, they probably will ruin my day. But I will slow down and I'll give them the space they need because, my God, Cora, when in the grand scheme of things, I'm doing super, super well. Everyone I know generally is doing super, super well. So I can give this person an easy glide from me whatever day. Yeah, anyway, that's how and the police should have that thought in mind too when they're dealing with someone who's got mental issues or drug abuse issues. Tread lightly. These people are not evil. They're just hurt right now.
Hurt. Yeah. And we have to remember that, protests, gay protests are sometimes violent when we look at Stonewall. Sure, that looks like a hell of a lot of fun there. But there was a lot of police brutality, violence, deaths. So Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter. Let's do a better job. I mean, you know what? This is not a new topic. I don't know why that police officer didn't have proper training. Look, his actions, everything that's happened. Pay attention. Don't kill people you're trying to arrest. Simple job.
Yeah.
You can arrest someone if you can take control of the situation and the suspect, but you have to do it in a certain way that you don't hurt them or kill them. Yeah. Simple. Where's the training? Oh, Cora, I could go on all day.
I know.
Oh, yes. Sunshine would say, wow, I would love a conversation between Conchita and Trump. That would be an amazing show. You know what? We'd have a good time.
Well, I'll give him a call.
Plus the Max bruises bruises the rouge. Yes. When you wear a respirator, I don't know. I'm like completely.
I'm so hot.
I need to be steamed after that, to uncrease. So I try not to go out on Sundays.
Well, so I don't think we have any solution to this topic other than don't be a racist asshole. Think about others. We're all
think about others.
We're all pink on the inside.
Asshole. And at the end of the day, if you have made a mistake, think about it.
Learn from it.
And learn from it and try not to do it again, because we all make mistakes. And we all need to think about how our actions affect others. And hopefully we'll get there eventually. So thank you, Cora. That's been Hot Topics with Conchita.
Oh, boy.
Yes. Woo. Okay, we just jumped right in on that one. I think we need a little amuse-bouche.
Yes. Is this the Toon section?
It was.
Oh, that. Okay, sorry. I'm looking at an older
get their
script.
act together this week because they were doing taxes.
All right. Oh, I know where we are now. Okay, I got it. Now, everybody watching at home, the B-Girlz, we are very proud to have secured a world premiere today here for our QuaranQueened audience. Our good friend Sous Sous has been secretly in the recording studio, and she's been there for the past few months, and we are pleased to present her new music video. I know Gaga's dropped earlier this week. Now Sous Sous is going to take Lady Gaga on. We are huge fans of Sous Sous, and we know this is going to become the biggest hit of the summer.
Look around,
Everywhere you turn is hot take. It's everywhere that you go. You try everything you can to escape the pain of life that you know. When all else fails and you long to be something better than you are today. I know a place where you can get away. It's called the dance floor, and here's what it's for. Come on, bow. Let your body move to the music. Come on, bow. Let your body go with the flow. You know you can do it. Go. BB500. BB500. Credit Garbo and Monroe. Teacher Scound's Mojo. Marlon, Brendan, Jimmy Dean. On the cover of a magazine. Grace, Kelly, Harlow Jean. Picture of the beauty queen. Jean, Kelly, Brother Star. Ginger Rogers, Johnson up. They had style, they had grace. Rita Hayworth gave good face. Lauren, Catherine, Leonard too. Betty Davis, we love you. Ladies with an attitude. Fellows that were in the mood. Don't just stand there, let's get to it. Try to tell, there's nothing to it. Vogue. Vogue. You've got to let your body move to the music. You've got to let your body go with the flow. You've got to Vogue.
Bravo, Sous Sous, bravo.
Bravo, Sous Sous, love it. You had me voguing.
I have watched that now about 30 times.
I know, it's amazing.
And the slow motion. I love that. So
I
inspired.
love it. Oh, so wonderful. Sous Sous, bravo, bravo, Sous Sous.
We'll see you at the MTV Awards, if they still exist.
Oh, and we have Mark giving heart.
Oh.
We've got Jason saying, love Sous Sous, great job. Look
Wasn't
at you,
that?
Sous Sous. Andrew, Jason said that. And then Andrew Osanka in Chicago from the United States, a big fan of Sous Sous. She's a natural.
She really
She
is.
is. Oh,
I cannot
Sous-
wait. I want Sous Sous to do all music videos now.
You know, I dare say it because Nancy Pepperoncini mentioned that, you know, she's going to be dropping an album and she'd like to, you know, premiere her
Oh, really? How?
single here, her music video. But, you know, hey, I mean,
Well, she's
she's
a
only
sponsor.
a sponsor. Yeah.
I'm sure she'll
Yeah.
find a way. Yeah.
Yes. Her very muscly brother Johnny will convince us to show the videos, is the way Nancy put it. But, you know. Oh, Cora, you know, social media. Everyone's here. Everyone is doing wonderful. We've got, oh my God, so many viewers tonight. It's just wonderful. Thank you, everyone, for
all.
joining us. Just checking in with you. Leave comments. We love to get comments live. You know, we read them basically all out. You know? So, you know, we really don't
We're
discriminate.
equal opportunity readers here.
That's right. We read
Showing
them all.
our reading skills.
Yes, so please comment something and test us. It'll get read.
Yes.
Actually, I think after the fact, I went through the feeds and I saw a comment or two that I didn't have I didn't have aggregated.
Oh, maybe it was later. Maybe it was after the show. Them watching it back.
Okay. I hope so. Because I really do try to interact and shout out to people. Okay, good. And now the B-Girlz are going way back in the archive. 2000 was the year the Bank of Canada withdrew the $1,000 note from circulation to fight against money laundering and organized crime. Hey, it worked. Not. It was the year Jennifer Lopez wore her now famous plunging green Versace gown to the Grammys. And it was a year that Brad Pitt married Jennifer Aniston and Angelina Jolie married Billy Bob Thornton.
It was backwards
Yes.
day. Oh my God. It was also the year the B-Girlz helped Woody's raise money for the 20th anniversary of the Pride Committee of Toronto.
Hey, thanks very much, Pam. We're live at Woody's for the annual Pride 2000 fundraiser, raising money for the Pride Committee of Toronto, which is now in its 20th year. And this money will go towards the big Gay Pride Week, which is the 19th of June till the 25th, the parade culminating in that. Let's take a look right now at the B-Girlz performing here at Woody's.
Exercise, but she has fantastic size. She doesn't have to exercise like you, Missy. You know why? She's barbecue, our Wonder Woman. Spin, 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 barbecue. Spin out the superhero that lies within, because you are beautiful inside, and take your place among the superheroes.
All right! Now that's a show, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Please.
Oh, hello, yes. Well, and finally, Latino pop star Mark Anthony had to cancel his gig in St. Louis tonight after being admitted to hospital today. I wonder why. The singer was believed to be suffering from an adverse reaction to medication that he's been taking for that sore throat. Why do you think they call it streptococcus anyway? No worries, however. Anthony remains in St. Louis hospital in satisfactory condition.
Somehow, I feel like I might not have a job tomorrow, but they love me here. Pam, it's just about back to you in the newsroom here at the Pride 2000 fundraiser. Ladies, take us home.
DJ, spin back there.
Wow.
Oh,
We certainly got...
brings
We-
back memories, Cora.
Yes, we certainly got mileage out of that medley.
Yes. That was a great hero medley. Barbecue. If you're up in the arms of Zazaz, I know Zazaz probably watches the show.
Mhm.
We love you and miss you, and you're our hero. You know?
Wow.
Oh,
City
you know,
TV
that was such
used-
fun. George Lacogenis is like such a nice, generous man. I really like doing that. And I have to say, we integrated very well into the City TV newscast that night. I mean,
we did a lot of City things. You know, City TV at one time was cool, and then Bell Media bought them out, and it was over. They moved from that
Yeah.
building on Queen Street, 299, down to the cesspool pit that is Dundas Square. It just,
I
it's
know.
not the same, you know?
We have a secret behind the channel's communication saying they believe that was the night that Lino Over kicked Barbecue in the face. And
With her high
Barbecue
heel.
had to get stitches.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
Barbecue had to go to the hospital and drag to get stitches.
Well, Barbecue says not the first time Barbecue was in the hospital in drag. She fell off the stage at the 519 and had to go to Mount Sinai for an emergency.
I think dislocated her shoulder.
Yes, that was that. And then, yes, this time was for stitches. And actually, and even Barbecue, I think at the time says, I mean, it certainly, Lena, it had no blame.
Did it
I
on
think, to
purpose.
Lena.
Yes.
She just did a high kick on stage and Bobby happened to be.
Yeah, and the high heel got her right here. But luckily, she was wearing a lot of eyelash glue to hold down to block the eyebrows. So that actually held that in place.
I can't think anything worse than being injured in drag, really. Well, no, I think you get triaged to the front,
I'll get this freak out of here.
essentially. We don't know the extent of the injury because it's underneath all this potential infection is the way I would do it as a triage nurse. You know. Okay,
Yeah,
so Andrew
no.
Alsac is asking a couple of things. Did I say Greg Louganis? No, I said Greg Lacojanis. He was the MC there, not Greg
Yes.
Louganis. Greg Lacojanis. He is really, really a wonderful guy. I mean, the crowd loved him because he's a very, very attractive guy.
Yes.
And so the crowd was hooting and hollering through the whole thing, so which was really wonderful to see. And Wendy German is watching.
Oh, and Sandra Boyack.
Well, hello, Sandra.
Hello.
Oh, yes. Carrie Ann Nimni Smythe says saved by eyelash glue. Yes, that is a good save. I mean, that's like a hockey stick save for a goalie. It's an eyelash glue save for a drag queen.
Yes.
Oh, that brings back good memories, but that's 20 years ago, and there was no pandemic. There was a .com bubble, which
know.
caused a lot of heartache.
Mm-hmm. The year 2000, Y2K, I mean, that was our biggest issue.
Yes.
Will the computer restart?
It better get some cash out of the cash machine before New
'Cause they
Year's
won't
Eve.
work.
Yes. So I did you get cash out, Cora?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I did. I wasn't. I don't think it was much. I could have been $400. It could have been $1,000. I mean,
I think I took out more when there was the pandemic. I was like, oh,
really?
get
Did
the
you
stuff
think?
now? Yes.
Oh, no, I don't think. Oh, yeah, I did withdraw a little. It's still sitting in a drawer because I've
I
been
know.
paying.
I don't use cash.
I've been paying contactless on my Apple Watch. You know. Oh, do you see my new band? Another viewer, Sula, suggested I get a wonderful band. So Sula, this is for you. A little shout out. She's in Silicon Valley.
Oh, okay.
I've known her for years. We lived in Japan together. I love Sula. She's not Greek for all you Greeks out there. She was conceived in Greece, and her parents are like Canadian artists and, nouveau riche. So it's just that was the thing to do. Sula, golden. Let's call the child. And
The golden child.
yes. I love you, Sula. She usually watches after the fact.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
Um,
Well, Conchita, coming up next, it was a long, hard battle to get this interview with tonight's guest. But I'm happy to say that the interview did happen.
Get her? Did you get her? Did you get
Canada's
her?
treasure, yes. And she does not disappoint. Everyone at home, I hope you enjoy this as much as I enjoyed
Jessica, I have the RTs.
interviewing her. Oh, hello everyone, and welcome to Chatting with Cora. I'm your host, Cora. Now tonight, we are lucky enough to have an actress, a musical theater performer, a spokesperson, and a benefactor of the arts. Please welcome Karen McDonald. Karen, how are you doing? How goes the quarantine?
Hi, Cora. Oh, the quarantine is going, fine. I'm feeling a little cooped up like everyone, but we'll get by just fine, won't we?
Of course we will. Now, what have you been doing to pass the time in quarantine?
Oh, well, I've been doing a lot of decoupage work. I'm a fan of decoupage. Are you familiar with decoupage?
I have seen examples of it on the internet.
If your viewers aren't familiar with decoupage, it's where you take a picture and you put it on an objet and lacquer it and rather crack it. And it looks very distressed and just really pretty. Sometimes they'll do flowers or things like that on any objet you have. Sometimes it's a vase or maybe an old chest. It's beautiful, beautiful looking for the shabby chic look.
Oh, that's amazing. I have seen your Etsy site, and the stuff there is beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to go back a little bit and to where you got your start. Now, performance. Were you always a performer as a little kid, or were you bit by the acting bug a little later on?
Well, actually, a little later, actually, you may say I have no formal training in acting, but actually, I went to Herzing Career College and I studied to be a dental hygienist.
Really?
But I did learn, strangely, a lot of acting there. I learned a lot of things to say, like, no, that doesn't smell bad at all. There's a lot of things you have to say in the course of your work that you have to do, like, oh, no more painful than a pinch on the arm. So it's you learn a lot of great acting skills there. And I quickly left and I decided to go to New York City.
Wow. So this is New York. This is going back a few years. What was New York like back then?
Well, it was fabulous. It was a time of Keith Haring and all these fabulous artists and Michel Basquiat. I didn't know who they were back then, but now I know. And that was the time. And I had applied to go to theater school there. And I was so thrilled when I was accepted. Are you familiar with the Little People's Theater?
I don't think I am.
Yes, well, I was accepted. I was so thrilled I was accepted, but I was accepted in error. I mean, it's a theater school for little people.
Oh.
Yeah, it was founded by Billy Barty, the hilarious comedian Billy Barty. He's a very small comedian, little person. And actually, the Little People's Theater, they graduated some of, a lot of the people from Wizard of Oz who went on to appear in Little People roles there. So it's just an amazing theater. But when I showed up on the first day, immediately they knew, and I knew something was wrong. And so luckily I lasted 3 days. 3 days, and when they broke the news to me, they really liked me, but they broke the news to me that this really is a program for little people only, and I'm clearly not a little person. I'm normal height.
I guess that was a small problem.
Yes. And, I just learned, a lot of things that have stuck me to this day. Like, I will never, ever let anyone apple box a friend or myself. Those things, that is a very serious problem, being apple boxed, and I will not let that happen. And to this day, I'm now a benefactor of the Little People's Theater, and I donate.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I donate what I can. Sometimes it's just, some used clothes. I will often wash them in very hot water and then dry them in a really hot dryer just to shrink them up and then send them down. So they're already pre-shrunk.
Oh, how thoughtful. Now, Karen. So after you left the Little People's School,
Little People's Theater, yes, Little People's Theater.
Where did you go next?
I got cast in an amazing Broadway musical. It's called Dance of the Vampires. Let me tell you, the thrill of our opening/closing night was amazing. The reviews were not good, and it was a German musical based on a vampire, and it has the dubious distinction of being the worst musical ever put on Broadway. And well, there's that then, right?
So that closed. And now, did you stay in New York?
I moved to Stratford, and some of the best parts I worked, wow, Stratford. Cordelia in King Lear, Desdemona in Othello, and Bianca in Taming of the Shrew. I did the costumes for all of those, and it was just a thrilling honor, because I did have some sewing skills, so I did help do some of the mending of those clothes. So that was an exciting 3 seasons at Stratford.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, I loved it there.
Do you have any plans on going back?
Somehow I was encouraged not to apply again. I'm not sure why, but who knows?
Okay, now I want to fast forward a little bit to your most well-known work. It's something that I'm sure our audience knows you for. It was your work on CBC's hit show, Street Cops. That show was my youth. that right there, I would watch with my family. We'd watch it every week when it came on.
You know, to this day, people come up to me on the streets. I'm in Longos. I'm anywhere else. And people go, oh my God, aren't you Helga Cornell, the district attorney with heart? And I say, yes, I am, but you should be wearing a face mask and please stay 2 meters away. So, I mean, I'm still being recognized, and it's such a thrill and honor.
Yes, and you haven't aged a bit.
Thank you. It's all the Botox and plastic surgery, and, you know, you just get just enough not to look freakish, you know?
All right, now, Karen, what are you working on now?
Well, lately, I've not been doing too much TV, but I'm just out there, of course, doing my Etsy shop and doing what I call the commercial circuit. Just doing a lot of commercials. You know, I think you've probably seen me in some of the Kingswood group. They've been a great benefactor of mine. Praise Zazaz. Yes. You know, it's just wonderful.
Yes, the Kingswood group. Funny you should mention that. They've come on. Well, they're no longer a sponsor. They were a sponsor. I don't know what happened, but they were great for those 3 shows.
Well, they're great people. And, I really think, they should sponsor you more. And, you should interview the owner. He's a wonderful man. His name is Zazaz. Praise Zazaz. He is... Bless Zazaz.
So Karen, have you met Zazaz?
No, I've communicated with Zazaz, many times. He's a wonderful man. He's Greek, I believe. Greek.
Okay.
Yes, I can set you up with him.
Karen, please, this is amazing. I really would like to have a moment with Zazaz.
That would be great. We'll set you up.
Karen McDonald, here are your 11 questions. What's your favorite food?
Pepperoni chicken.
What's your favorite movie?
The Underling with the fabulous Marty McShaw.
I haven't seen that.
You should. It's hard to find.
What's your favorite musical person or group?
The Ray Conniff Singers.
What's your favorite website/podcast?
Zombocom. You can do anything with Zombocom.
Now tell me, what is one of the best moments of your life?
The birth of my son.
And what was one of the worst moments of your life?
The birth of my son.
How are you feeling in your quarantine time?
Découpage. Bien sûr.
When this quarantine is over, what is the first thing you're going to do?
Group sex.
Now, Karen, tell me one thing people don't know about you.
If I told you, you'd vomit and end the interview. I know. I've told people.
Okay. If we were to go on a date, where would you take me and what would we do?
I would take you to a very fancy bar and we'd have lots and lots and lots of fancy cocktails. Then we'd go scuba diving.
Are you a gold star gay?
I'd give myself a gold star.
And finally, what is your favorite sexual position?
Reverse 69 double felch.
Well, Karen, I think I have learned more about you than I ever thought possible. Thank you so much for appearing on Chatting with Cora.
Praise Zazaz.
Praise Canada's treasure, Karen McDonald.
I'm so jealous. She's so pretty, and you interviewed her.
Yes, it was a hard get, but I got her.
We've got some wonderful, wonderful comments about the sunshine is saying, ha 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 ha. Oh my God, this interview is the best.
That's
really
so
is.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm. Freddy Spartz saying, I have no idea what's going on, but I love it. Freddie, that
clearly she's never watched
story of
Street
my life.
Cops. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's the story of my life. I am the happiest when I'm going, this is just slightly out of my
consciousness.
What's going on, but I know somebody does. I love that. I love that about things. So, Freddie, feel free to ask us anything and we will explain it to you either in private or in public. Okay. And Jason Sharman is saying, I'm dying. This interview is my favorite.
Well, Jason, I know Jason's a big fan of Karen McDonald as well. And well, because
Who
we're
doesn't
both
love
of that
Street
same
Cops?
age, right?
Or maybe he was back, and maybe he saw, what was it? The Dracula, what was the Dracula?
Oh, the vampire Broadway musical.
What was it called?
Oh, I forget
That-
it too now.
That vampire musical. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloodlust? No, Bloodlust. That would be
Everyone's forgotten that show.
I know. Yeah. The Vampire Chronicles? No, I don't even know. Okay, so, oh my God. So Jess Gobel says, that was amazing. Thank you, Jess.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then Scott Turner says, praise Zazos.
Incorrect spelling, but we get it.
I understood it. And then
Ah.
Magali says, best interview, haha. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. Oh, and a couple hearts there as well. And then Dwayne Menard is
Menard.
also
Praise.
doing the praise Zazas. You
Incorrect
know
spelling,
what? I've
but
come
thank
to
you.
really love Zazas, and I
Well-
don't know what's going on.
I might get an interview with him. I'm waiting for Karen to get back to me on text.
So, Cora, what's our strategy here? I mean, everything we know says barbecue was abducted by aliens, and that's Zazos. When you interview him, what's going to be your strategy?
Well, Conchita, when I go to do these interviews, I really have no strategy. So,
Okay, good. I mean, it's best not.
I
to
mean,
go
anything can
objective.
happen. I'm keeping it open. I do want to question him about barbecue, maybe something there.
Does he like barbecue?
A favorite color? What's his favorite color? Pink? Is it pink? I mean, that's
Yes,
a clue.
I think that's the way to go. Because if you confront him, I mean,
I'm
we
a
could
soft
lose.
sell. Mhm.
I mean, we could lose him as a sponsor. I mean, that would be bad.
Well, we kind of already have lost him as a
What the
sponsor.
hell is going on here? I mean, we really don't know. I mean,
Stay tuned.
remember a couple weeks ago, the last week Barbie appeared, she was doing this. Praise Azaz. If you go back and look,
You're
I
right,
went
you're
back and
right.
looked.
Yeah.
I saw her doing that. I didn't
No.
even notice it.
No.
Was that
I know what you're
Avery?
talking- no.
Was that inserted after the fact?
No,
Did someone edit a Facebook feed? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Is
I
Mark
don't think so.
Zuckerberg involved in this conspiracy?
Interesting.
Sorry, I'm getting angry.
Hmm.
I don't know. I want my Barbie back. Barbie back, Barbie back.
Bobby back,
Barbie back.
Bobby back.
Barbie back, Ray.
Oh, but not having barbecue, now we get to split all these amazing proceeds just between the two of us, Conchita.
Yes.
Financially, it just makes more
Lucrative
sense.
show proceeds of goose egg.
Yeah, minus for these goddamn streaming accounts, these monthly memberships.
Oh, yeah. I know. It's
Okay.
costing us. It's so costing us. Cora, I love doing this show every week. It gives my unemployed week meaning.
As an employed person, it gives my week more stuff to do. But I love it. I
How
love it.
is your work going? I mean, my company laid my ass off, but
Yeah.
your company, no, keep going.
Better than ever. Yeah. We should have had a pandemic
Are
years
you-
ago.
Are you making money during this? No.
We'll talk offline.
Okay, we'll talk offline.
But
Oh,
we're still
Cora,
around.
Cora.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And
Okay.
I love all the viewer comments, but now it's time to check in with a very, very, very good friend of ours. I hope you like her too. Our good friend Judith.
She's got her act together and she's doing it right. She's Judith.
So, I'm working from home. Like a lot of people working from home. You know what's good about that? Is we're saving lives. We're saving lives by working from home. You know what my favorite part about working from home is? My morning coffee. It's actually wine.
She's got her act together and she's doing it right. She's Judith.
Thank you, Judith.
Well, I think she nailed it there.
That final nail in the coffin.
Yes, I mean, oh, what the, I mean, yeah.
She's Judith.
Your morning coffee could, Judith is doing it right, and nobody can tell her that she ain't. She's
She's Judith.
She's Judith. I mean, morning coffee can be whatever morning coffee is for you. I love morning coffee. I mean, I'm a caffeine addict. I mean, I'm Spanish. We love our coffee, especially churros con chocolate. We love that every morning.
Delicious.
That's our breakfast. But I can't get I can't get any churros here. Not that I call churros. I mean, we get some garbage here, but I don't call it churros. If Martha Chavez is out there and knows some good churros, tell me. But yeah, I mean, I don't know any good Spanish churros. But I mean, I'll have the coffee. But I guess if it's a bad day, Judith has it right. Why not do wine? I mean, get through the day. Right,
Start
Cora?
and end your day with wine.
Yes. Andrew in Chicago sent me a little link. It is from Time Out, which is now called Time In Tokyo, and about Las Chicas, and because that is where we used to hang out. I mean, I was the queen of Las Chicas. Maybe in a future episode I will show you some videos in Japan that I did for Las Chicas, or in conjunction with Las Chicas. But I don't know. I don't know if you know, Andrew. Las Chicas closed down just a year ago, and they were renovating, and they had a little splash page on the website saying, "Stay tuned, and we'll let you know what's coming soon." I mean, Las Chicas was this amazing event space / artist exhibition space / lounge / hairstyling place / fashion designer showroom. So what?
A laundromat.
A laundromat. No, they didn't do laundry, but then also a bar and restaurant. And back in the early 90s, that was my home. And then after, it became very, 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 very extremely popular. And even to this day, when I tell people, oh, in the early 90s, I used to hang around and do work for Las Chicas, people are like, are also called Vision Network. My status in Japan increases because that was hip before its time. I have a friend's Japanese boyfriend. When I told him, oh, tell your boyfriend I used to hang around Las Chicas, he went, oh my God, my boyfriend thinks you're a god now. So anyway, so Andrew's just sent me that. But Andrew, Las Chicas is closed. And yes, so Andrew, I love Las Chicas. He's just sent a message here. I love Las Chicas. Yeah, all good things happen through Las Chicas. Anyway, I digress. Cora. What a wonderful evening we're having here, right?
Well, I think we need a little more entertainment at this point of the show. Tonight, we have a very special guest. Our guest has graced the stages across Quebec with her high energy, high concept, and hilarious numbers and hosting. She's got a penchant for classic pop culture, and she was voted in 2019 as Montreal's best drag queen, #1 drag queen by Cult Magazine.
Welcome to the quarantine stage. Oh my God.
Parlez-vous français?
Oui, oui, baguette. Bonjour, mademoiselle. Je porte lunettes de soleil. Je veux me venger. Merci beaucoup. Je hurle. Bisous.
Parlez-vous français?
Maybe if we just break it down. Okay, so repeat after me.
J'adore conduire des bateaux.
J'adore conduire des bateaux.
You're not speaking French!
I came Paris, I wanted to see Eiffel Tower and the Champs-Élysées. But all I kept hearing was parlez-vous français? I said, pardon, monsieur, I don't speak French, adieu. I said adieu. I said I don't speak French, adieu. I said adieu. I said I don't speak French, adieu. I said adieu. I said I don't speak French, adieu. I said adieu. I said I don't speak French, adieu. I don't speak French, adieu. I said adieu. I said I don't speak French, adieu. I said adieu. I said I don't speak French, adieu. I said adieu. I said I don't speak French, adieu.
Merci beaucoup. Bisous.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh my God. Amazing, amazing, amazing. She's like one of the most fabulous queens I've seen in a long while.
It's so exciting having a queen not from Toronto and not from Ontario.
Yes.
So
She's fabulous and great, great, great. Check out her Instagram, Facebook, her webpage, and also her PayPal me account. I mean, why
tip her.
not?
Why not? Why not? Thank you
Tip
so
her.
much, oh my God.
You know?
If you're ever in Toronto, let us know. If we can ever do a show in public again, you have an open invitation.
You know, I was thinking of Woody's today, and I said, "Oh, Woody's, when you have like a comeback show, let us know, and we'll put." No, I don't know.
No, I don't. Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, I want to perform at Woody's again. I would do whatever, it takes to get a crowd in there, but no,
They need to install sneeze
imagine.
guards.
Yeah, I can't. In front of the drag queens, don't touch, don't sneeze, tip electronically, tap.
Yeah.
Distance tap, 2 meters. Can you tap from 2 meters? I don't
know. I need stronger Bluetooth. All right.
But my God was amazing. So thank you, Uma.
Thank you,
Uma, thank you so much. De Montréal, oui.
All right, everyone. Now, before the end of the show, the B-Girlz want to leave you with some positive and heartwarming stories.
Perhaps you don't know it, but good news is happening all around you, all around, right now.
That's right. It's time for... Good News Today! Elon Musk's private space company on Saturday launched NASA astronauts Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley into orbit, successfully, beginning SpaceX's first crewed mission.
Beyond the achievement for SpaceX, the launch represents the first time NASA has launched its own astronauts since the end of the Space Shuttle program nearly a decade ago.
This is just the beginning, and it's only going to get better, said Bob
Cabana,
who is the director of NASA's Kennedy Space Center. And that's what he said before the launch.
The astronauts reached the International Space Station this morning. The pair will spend a couple of months on board the space station before going back. The pair of astronauts are casually referred to during the flight as Bob and Doug, which I'm sure brings a chuckle to most Canadians, including Canadian citizen Elon Musk.
He's a Canadian citizen? What?
He is. Yes, his mother is Canadian. He grew up here. He did his engineering degree at the University of, at Queen's University.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Did
I'm
not
sure
know.
he knows when people go Bob and Doug, he's going Bob and Doug. Yeah,
Bob and Doug,
hosers.
Bob and Doug.
like 100%. He's that kind of guy, you know?
All right. Nike released an ad Friday night imploring viewers not to pretend there is not a problem in America. While protests occurred in cities nationwide following the death in Minnesota of George Floyd after a white officer pressed a knee into his neck while taking him into custody.
The simple video shared on Twitter contains lettering that begins, "For once, don't do it. Don't pretend there's not a problem in America. Don't turn your back on racism. Don't think it doesn't affect you. Don't sit back and be silent. Don't think you can't be part of the change. Let's all be part of the change." It had more than 35,000 retweets and 2 million views as of Saturday morning.
That's right. Buy more Nike
Bravo,
shoes, everyone.
Nike. I'm going to be wearing Nike shoes. Well, actually, I'm a Saucony person, but I wear other Nike gear and all the time.
Robots. That's right, everyone. 4-year-old Luz de Luna Caro Quinteros Pitts had only known life in a wheelchair until last summer when her mom bought home a robotic gait training device called Trexo.
The robotic mobility solution is being designed by a group at Caltech. Exoskeletons are essentially a walking robot which people can be strapped into. Although they can currently cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, they are now at a tipping point that could allow production in volumes that could bring costs down.
Wheelchairs are still the primary solution for people with mobility challenges, and now we are seeing that robots can finally disrupt this space. And that was... Good News Today!
Cora, what a wonderful, wonderful time I've had with you and a wonderful audience.
Thanks, everyone,
Andrew
for
says he
hanging
doesn't
out.
speak French, but he can speak in a French accent, and, you know, that's got to count for something.
It certainly does.
Sunshine says French, hot. Oui, chaud. C'est sexy, hein? Français, c'est sexy. Oui, je suis d'accord. Oui, je suis d'accord. Oui, oh my God. Eh? And Andrew Osanka, typically Canadian, says, eh? And Jess is telling me that she's watching on the big screen with Grace. So, Jess, love you and Grace. What a wonderful show, Cora.
Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in. We will, of course, be back next week, 8 p.m. on the Facebook and the YouTubes. Oh, it's Sunday night, isn't it, Conchita?
Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful. I mean, it's really gotten me through the quarantine. How about you, Cora?
No, I've enjoyed most of the process.
I know.
We're still having
too.
an issue with the delay on the videos, and I thought I figured it out.
Even
but
today, even today,
yes, even today, I checked. So I don't know if it's a
restream has
restream
no
issue.
delay, but
yeah, it's
Okay,
us
so
talking
just so the
don't
audience
have a
knows.
delay.
you know, when we're doing live, there's no delay, but when we are streaming, we're streaming like a video section. There seems to be a disjoint between the audio and the visuals, which is, we're trying to sort.
I think it's the software. I honestly now think it's the software because I've encoded everything to the spec, to the baseline spec. Anyway, we'll see next week.
C'est
All
pas
right.
alors. Cora, you look so beautiful and gorgeous today.
You too, darling. Now I'm gonna go take it all off and have another beer.
Wash it. I know. Let's stay on with a Skype and let's contact an undisclosed third person and we'll have a wonderful little extra drink there. So please, keep washing your hands, stay safe, and of course, stay the fuck home.
Oh, you're still there. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the show. Do me a favor now and click on the subscribe button below.